Hello Capricorn, Elsie here to do a reading for you. How are you, Cappies? I hope you're well. Thanks so much for clicking here. Here to do weekly reading. We're going to use some oracles this time, and then we're going to go into some tarot, find out what's going on for you, Capricorn. This reading is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter signs. And at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you all about how to find the extended if you're into extendeds. And if you are interested in a private reading, I will tell you all about that. Let's find out what's going on for Capricorn post new moon in Taurus. Let's find out what the energy is for you now in this new cycle. We've got the Seahorse Spirit, watch and wait. Very interesting. Let's find out what else is going on here. It feels like there is something that's about to go down or about to happen. Card 53 is an 8. It feels like for some of you, it could be a job is showing up, something you're going to put a lot of work, time, and effort into. Seahorse Spirit is watch and wait. I feel like there's something that is about to show up for you, Capricorn, that's going to take you putting in a little bit of effort here with this 8. It could be about the self. Look, maybe you're reaching a pinnacle in your health, time, effort, energy, the way that you spend all of those things with other people. We've got the energy is gaining momentum. Okay, look, so it almost feels like you feel that there is possibly like a whole herd of horses or cattle coming at you. Like it feels like vibrational, I'm going to say. The energy is gaining momentum and something is about to show up for you here. I think you might be surprised at what it is, but I feel as though it doesn't necessarily have to be a person, but it could be. It feels like it's more like a goal or something that you value, because 8 to me is 8 of Pentacles I'm looking at in my head. It feels like it's something about time, effort, energy, moving forward, or it could be about the self. We've got finding sanctuary. It says opening up to your spiritual source. Well, there we go. It could be some sort of a spiritual aha moment. We've got this spiritual place, but look, it's above the clouds. So it almost feels like it's up in the mind, up in the head, air energy. It feels like it's an idea or something like that shows up. So I feel like the energy is gaining momentum. You're about to make, get a moment of clarity about something that you've been waiting on. Maybe you've been waiting to make a decision. Maybe I won't do that right now because I don't know what's going on. I feel like this moment, gaining momentum here, you're going to be finding sanctuary, which means you're going to feel okay with the decision that you're making. Bottom of the deck here, we have Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan. And card, oh, look, 35 is an 8. I'm just saying, it feels abundant now. It feels like that there is card, oh, look, we've got mirrored energy. Very interesting. Card 53 and card 35. It could be a person. Yep, could be. Outer Spirit it says here, you are never alone. It could be a person for some of you. Look, take it as it is for you. And bottom of this deck, we've got your hard work is paying off. Look, new moon in Capricorn. We just had a new moon in Taurus, but interesting that it comes up with Capricorn, telling you that your hard work is about to pay off. So whatever you've been waiting on, being patient about, it feels like it's gaining momentum and it comes to you in a moment of clarity. A spiritual source is going to be sending you clarity, I feel. We've got the wandering path. It says enjoy the journey. And the journey is so important. Look, yes, the outcome is important. Absolutely it is. But in most cases, look, if you don't stop to smell the roses and hug the trees, what are you here for? Like, if you're here just to produce, what is the point? The wandering path is here, saying really make sure that you're enjoying the journey and noticing the things on the way in this journey. All right, let's find out what's going on. Let's drop some tarot for you, Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Capricorn. I think you are following Spirit's plan, by the way. I think you're on the right path. I think you're wandering on the right path. And because you have been, your hard work is about to pay off, my friend. Yep, it's the end of something, and something abundant is showing up here for you. It feels like with the 9 of Cups in the reverse, it's almost like you didn't believe you could do it yourself. But the energy here is gaining momentum, and it feels like you feel a little bit in disillusionment about something that you were pretty sure about, or something that you really wanted, or something that, like, people around you, maybe even the universe, maybe even yourself, you said, I just got to be patient. It will show up. I feel like in the middle of the week, you might feel like in a little bit of disillusionment because you're like, this thing's never showing up. But I think it does, because the King of Pentacles is materializing things. Look, the Death card is here. Watch and wait tells me the wait is over. The wait is over, friend. It's about to show up, whatever that is, and it's going to be different for all of you. I feel like your disillusionment goes away when you realize that the wait was just the energy that was gaining momentum. And it feels like the opening to your spiritual source is allowing you to also, people don't understand how very connected the spiritual wellness of you as a whole is connected to your finances, connected to the energy levels you bring to people or people bring to you, what you can attract, right, is always about an energy level. So I feel like it's something that's in your 3D, time, effort, energy, money, family, career. It feels like you're going to get some sort of a download that's bringing in the thing you've been waiting for, because the wait is over. All right, look, bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands. Something is coming up and it's coming at you quickly, friend. So I feel like whatever it is you've been waiting for here, maybe you're waiting for a Scorpio or a Taurus to say something, do something, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, maybe. Tell me about the Death card and the Seahorse Spirit. I think from here forward, it's not going to be as hard work as it was. We've got the Strength card. So you've been waiting with courage. You've been waiting. It's like you've been holding your breath. I don't know why I'm out of breath for a second. It feels like you've been holding your breath. Or is that it? Like looking out the window, is that it? Did the Amazon truck just roll up? Like it feels like you've been waiting for something. Maybe it's not Amazon, but you've been waiting for something, being courageous, holding back. And I feel like you're not going to have to do that for much longer. We've got the Five of Swords here. You know what you've been doing here for some of you? You've been holding your tongue. That's what it feels like. You've been holding back from giving someone exactly what they deserve. I feel like you want to tune somebody in, you want to say something, but maybe you're waiting on more information, because that's you, Capricorn. You're not going to do anything. You're not going to make a move until you have all the data, right? So it feels like you're on a fact-finding mission, or you were just waiting for the last piece of information to come in. I feel like you've been holding your tongue on something, but also understand with the watch and wait, it could be something exciting. I just don't want to jump the gun. I don't want to tell people about it until it arrives. I don't want to tell people I've had the job until the document arrives that confirms that I have the job. It feels like there's something that's about to go down here. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. That's you, right? The Queen of Pentacles. That's in your pre-Empress energy, whether you're the feminine or the masculine Empress. Queen of Pentacles is the one who's taking care of their health, taking care of their home, purging what they don't need. It feels like stability is coming to you. It feels like somebody here is finally stepping into their Queen of Pentacles energy. And just because you're born a Capricorn, you're not automatically in the Queen of Pentacles energy. Queen of Pentacles comes with wisdom. You have to learn the lessons. You have to learn about how to plan, how to hold back, how to save your money. Like it feels like things are getting in order, or you're getting things in order. And it feels like you're not going to have to do that much longer, because whatever you've been waiting for, which to me could be a job, a career, it could be money, time, effort, energy. It feels like something here, it's showing up in the 3D, which means it's material. It's something you can taste, hold, smell, hug. It feels like that. And I feel as though you are feeling like, okay, it feels like it's on the verge of showing up. So where is it, Elsie? It feels like it is going to be showing up, likely in the middle of the week. And it feels like for some of you, it could be a spiritual awakening. It could be a realization that you could do it on your own, or you actually are in the stability. You just didn't realize it until something shows up where maybe you would have shifted into an emotional energy, but you don't. You stay solid in your solid grounded energy at the top of the castle here. King of Pentacles, right? We've got the Tower. We've got the Eight of Cups. And we've got the King of Swords. There's a truth that is showing up here. The truth is gaining momentum. I think it is a truth that's showing up, and I feel as though the truth is showing up because you've decided not to cover it up with emotion. You've decided to let the truth prevail. Whatever it is, it is. I don't care if they like it. I don't care if anyone likes it. The truth is going to prevail here. The Tower is changing your mind. There is a shift in how you think, a shift in how you feel. A shift in how you are dealing with the Nine of Cups in reverse. The Nine of Cups in reverse to me is the disillusionment of, I thought it was going to be this way. Why didn't that work out? Whether the relationship broke up or whatever it is, it feels like something you thought was going to last, you got disillusioned by. I thought this was going to be a different way, and now I'm kind of upset that it's not the way I thought it was going to be. But I feel like the truth hits you, and you decide that instead of getting overly emotional about it, that you are just going to detach from the emotional part of it. And when you detach from your emotions, you get the truth, the honesty, the data, and the facts. I feel like you are changing your mind about how you deal with big changes in your life. And this could be why this energy is gaining momentum, because it feels like you were hoping for an emotional payoff that didn't come. And it feels like you're in a little bit of disillusionment about that. But it does feel like you're about to change your mind here. Let's talk about this King of Pentacles, because I feel like you're gaining wisdom. We've got the Queens and the King. We've got the King of Swords. It feels like these three, the only way that they get to the King and Queen energies is when they have wisdom, when they understand a situation cannot be changed merely because I throw an emotional tantrum. When they realize it with data and practicality and practical ways, opening up to your spiritual source here is, I feel, going to make you feel very grounded. It feels like you're having some sort of a realization, awakening, or an aha moment. The Six of Wands is here, the Four of Wands is here, and the Five of Cups is here. Well, I kind of love this because you know what you're doing is you're deciding to unload sadness, regret. It feels like you've decided that there was no any other way the situation could be than what it is. The practicality of the King of Pentacles is, well, it's just a fixed situation. It's practically, and when I'm being honest with myself, there was no other way this could have ended up. The Six of Wands is here. You will see this as a victory, and I'm going to say the victory is in the stability that you feel after you release the Five of Cups, because there's 10 Wands here, understand? So I feel like you are getting your victory, Six of Wands, because the sun is coming out, and I feel like the Four of Wands and Six of Wands together is going to be celebration of stability after I release this thing I was carrying around about feeling regretful about the thing that didn't happen. The truth of the matter is, Capricorn, you didn't have any control over it. All you could do was react or respond, and you've decided that you're no longer going to react to things emotionally. I feel like now you're in this energy by the end of the week after this realization that you can only respond, because as much as you want it to change, the anguish comes in it not changing. You can't change it anyway. I hope that makes sense. So on the wandering path, we are going to come across a lot of people, places, situations that we want to be a certain way. And no matter how much we scream at it, it won't change. But it feels like your hard work is about to pay off, because I feel like you may have dealt with things you couldn't have in a very emotional way in the past. I don't think you're doing that anymore. Your hard work is about to pay off. You're in your Capricorn energy, your pre-Empress energy, saying, you know what, I've built myself to here. So if this thing doesn't show up, I'm just not going to be overly emotional about it. I'm just going to carry on again until the next opportunity arrives. So I feel like that was Spirit's plan all along with this finding sanctuary energy. Look, I'm going to put down 3 cards here, and we're going to talk a little bit more about what the outcome might be. This might be a little bit of advice for you if you're the one that's on this path and you're coming to a realization that something is about to show up, but it's not really showing up the way you want it to, but you understand it. It becomes clear, and you realize that there was just no other way it could have been, even though you feel a little bit in disillusionment. The Tower is about to surprise you, and I feel like it's surprising you with the way you deal with it. You deal with it unemotional, which is the Eight of Cups. Let's talk about the 3 cards here. So this could be maybe advice for you, or this could be the outcome for you, depending on what your frame of mind is when you're viewing this. Let's find out what's going on here. We've got the King of Wands. I love that, because the King of Wands is full of wisdom. Wisdom about what I can do now, where I'm going to go, what I'm going to get. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up the thing that I want, but if the thing that was giving me emotional happiness doesn't show up, I'm going to be okay, because I'm still going to be able to pursue whatever it is that I want to pursue. It does feel like a shift in how you think. And I think that's what the Tower is here. We got the Two of Cups here. So I feel like for some of you that you now have a different different perspective of the Two of Cups. And I always say to you guys, right, there's a lot of people who want to drag you around by your emotions on the platform, and they want you to believe that the Two of Cups is just about love, and it's not. It's about the bond. It's about sharing with people. Look, I have a lot of people in my life that I'm not dating, and I share a really deep bond with these people, and I tell them things intimately about me because I trust them with that information. So it feels to me what you are now chasing or pursuing is you are pursuing intimate connections where you can share emotions with people that you feel safe to do so because you know that is contributing to deepening of a bond. So now you're not just giving up the Nine of Cups to anybody who shows up. I feel like you're very specific about who you are going to pursue in terms of this bonded connection. Because look, you can meet somebody who ends up being a friend who you really bond to emotionally, and then that ends up being something more. People skip right over the friendship phase and run straight for the fire, and fire burns out. And that's the truth of it. So I feel like there is somebody, something, a situation that you're going to be trusting more, sharing more, going to be bonding with. We have the Eight of Pentacles. It feels like you are really, oh look, 888, friend. There is some sort of abundance coming at you. There's this 3/8. That is the universe looking in and saying, yep, Capricorn's ready. Capricorn is ready to go to the next phase because now Capricorn is in this very practical place where I've got to be very careful with what I offer because I am the subject matter expert on me. And so it does feel like the Eight of Pentacles tells me that this is something that you've been working on for a while, that you're no longer wondering why people are not giving you what you're giving them. You're just sort of getting rid of whoever's not giving you what you want, I think. So it feels like the wandering path is really very, it's very important. Yes, the outcome is important, but if you rush the journey, you're not going to get all the evidence, information that you need in order to make the right decision when you reach the outcome. Okay, so I'm going to go into the extended. If you want to be there, I'm going to all of this apart. We're going to talk more about who these players are, right? Who the people are that are kings and queens. We've got three kings here, by the way. We've got the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. The King of Cups is not here yet. We'll talk about why that is. If you would like to come into the extended, please look in at the comments. There is one comment that is pinned at the top of all of the comments. When you click there, when you click read more, you will find a couple of links. One is for the membership area for the extendeds, and one is for the private readings area, which is the Hypsee website. So if you want to book with me, my readings begin at $25 and go up from there. All right. Nine of Pentacles, look, you're confident in this life. You are confident. You are in your pre-Empress energy. And I feel like your wait is over for something, whether that's an aha moment, a person, a place, or a situation. Maybe for some of you, even a job. But we do have the King and Queen of Pentacles here. So you might be meeting someone who is on your path, like a parallel path, doing the same thing. I'm going to go for now, but we'll be back. We'll be back. I'll be back. Maybe Spirit will be back with me, right? I'll be back because I'm always back, and I'll see you in the extended if that's where you go. I'm going to go for now. Take care, Capricorn. Bye-bye.